Today I'm going to be changing the spark plugs on my 2008 Dodge Caliber SXT with a 2.0 liter engine. This process will be pretty much the same for any Dodge Caliber ever made, which is from 2007 to 2012, and it'll also be generally pretty much the same for every car. But let's go ahead and get into the details. First of all, you're going to need brand new spark plugs. I would recommend getting some anti-seize and some bulb grease for the spark plugs. You're going to need a spark plug socket, 5/8 to be specific. And the spark plug sockets are special because they have a little rubber piece on the inside that'll grip the spark plug when you're putting the new ones in. You're going to need a spark plug gapping tool to make sure the gaps on the spark plug are up to specification, which is different per car. For this car, you're going to need a T30 Torx bit, and you'll see why in a moment. You should have a ratchet so you can remove the spark plug and when you put in the new one. And I would recommend having a torque wrench so you can go ahead and torque down the spark plugs to specification. Let's go ahead and start gapping all the spark plugs first, and then we'll go ahead and actually change them. Gap these spark plugs. For the 2008 Dodge Caliber, the gap specification is 0.044, so we're going to go ahead and try to get between 0.04 and 0.05. So I'm going to try to get right about there. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to do one spark plug for video purposes. I think you'll get the point. Alright, so get that spark plug out. Grab the gap tool. You're going to want to put it in there and see kind of where it lines up. So I'm going to start right here at the smallest side and move until I can't really anymore. And it's at about 0.041. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stretch it out just a little bit till I get to where I want to be. And don't give it too much pressure. It does require a little bit of pressure, but remember, you can break this piece right here, so be a little gentle. And that was pretty quick and easy, and I'm right where I want to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all four, and then I'm ready to go ahead and swap out the spark plugs. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so I've gone over all the parts that you're going to need to change the spark plugs. I've shown you how to gap the spark plugs, and now I'm briefly just going to go over the steps to change the spark plugs before I actually go ahead and do so. So come over to the car, pop the hood, and for this particular car, there's these pins on all the spark plugs. To remove this pin, you'll just push down right here where my thumb is and pull it out. Then get that T30 Torx bit and remove that screw, and then the boot will come right out. Once you've gone ahead and removed the boot, down at the bottom of there will be your spark plug. Get the spark plug socket, attach it to the ratchet, and go ahead and break it loose. After that, turn it loose by hand and remove the old spark plug from there. Go ahead and take some of that bulb grease or dielectric grease and put it on the terminal end of the new spark plug. And then on the threads, put some anti-seize. Go ahead and put the spark plug in the socket and lower it down. Go ahead and tighten it up by hand. Just hand tight, and then grab the torque wrench and torque it down to specs. After that, go ahead and put the boot back in, put the screw back on, and put the plug back on. It's that simple. And now you got new spark plugs installed.